welcome to Liverpool Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, and I'm trying my best to be professional and like a newscaster because I have an important guest here with me today, and he's been out with the competition even today. So, I gotta make it feel really comfortable. I'm hoping my audience will make him feel comfortable too. I'm joined here by young man Alfie from the Alfie squad. Hey, Alfie, but I've been excited to talk with you ever since my engineer Phil heard you on the radio. He heard you on Radio 5, by the way, and for some reason, Phil wants me to advertise them and their host. You did, Phil. You made it a point. You made it a point to say how this young man, you were so impressed by him that you ran all the way here and you had to tell me about him and stuff like that.
I did do that, yeah, it's true. He's the competition chase, and
Yeah, of course he's the competition. You know what I mean? Of course he is. Alfie, enterprising young man, because you have a really personal story to tell. But what I want people to realize is, where did this story lead you to? So first of all, for our audience who may not know your story, Alfie, because I believe you're like 14 now?
Yeah.
And everything. So 14 years old, and you set up Alfie Squad. You have a lot of local community support. Tell us what Alfie Squad is.
Alfie Squad's a fundraising effort. It's a support group made for children bereaved by suicide. Because when I was 8, my dad took his own life, and there wasn't any group support out there to try and help children in my situation. So it's sort of just help and create a safer space and somewhere where the feeling of isolation can be taken away from all the feelings that surround it.
Now, first of all, my condolences. And I don't want to just skate over that because as a young man, that obviously affected you, and you felt that my father going through a situation like that has put me through a situation that I feel that other young people could use the support. That is the reason why you set up a support group. Is this right?
Yeah. Knowing that there are other people in my situation, I felt like sort of had to try and start something, seeing as there was no one there to help me, because I wanted to sort of be a person that could help other people. Because I know what it's like to go through it alone, and there's thousands of other kids that are in the exact same situation as me, without any support. But it's sort of giving support is something that is important to me.
Now, would you say that as a young man who's going through such an experience, would you say that people didn't know how to communicate with you?
Oh yeah, when it first happened, me and my mum both lost quite a lot of friends because people were scared of sort of asking about it, because it's a touchy subject even though it shouldn't be. Now I'm more than happy for for people to ask me questions. I welcome it in a way. Like doing stuff like this I enjoy because I feel like I'm sort of helping people understand what it's like.
Yeah.
And yeah, people struggle to try and communicate with me about it, but I try and let them know it's fine.
And also, is it hard where it's the avoidance creates more of an emptiness and loneliness, doesn't it?
The avoidance of it makes it feel like it's a lot worse than...
Yeah.
Obviously it's something really bad, but when you try and avoid a topic, it sort of builds up the negative feelings around it and makes it makes it something scarier.
So when you were young, did you ever meet any other kids that had faced these kind of situations, a similar situation?
No, I don't think so.
Because there's organizations like White Path or somewhere. Did you ever go to a counseling group or?
I went to three or four different counsellors, but it didn't really benefit
Yeah,
me
because
much.
they didn't have any other kids in it. It was just one-to-one counseling.
Yeah, one-to-one counselling. From my own experience, it doesn't help. It doesn't help with me. I'm sure it helps in other situations, but when it's something so specific, it's like if somebody lost a parent or something, like natural causes,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you can sort of help them know that it wasn't their fault. But if it, with it being suicide and knowing it was for the most part a choice,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, from at least what I felt, I felt like I was some part to blame when I know
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't the case.
I mean, and that's really like what happens a lot, like with various different circumstances when you're so young. Because I believe you said you were 8,
Mm.
and it's kind of like it's hard to not take the world of blame onto yourself
Yeah,
and everything, and you know it must be me, and to deal with that on your own. You know, is it really good that a counselor, like an adult that you don't really know, comes and tries to tell you how you
yeah,
feel? And is this what inspired you about Alfie Squad? That maybe if I was with other young people that know my path, is this what inspired Alfie Squad?
yeah. Like you said with the counsellors, counselling is good, and it is good in other scenarios, but I don't think it
Yeah.
really works because, like I said, such a specific thing, and so having people try and come in and tell me how I should feel, it's just a no. It's an help at all.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like you're left cold because a door is kind of like shut in your face, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean? It's like maybe I just want to talk about my dad,
Yeah.
or you know, maybe I just want to have someone console me and tell me it's not my fault, you know, and everything. But you know, it's really difficult. And if you're with other young people, you know, hearing their story and feeling their pain, would you think that it makes you feel less alone?
Yeah. Having other people there that I know have the same experience, it makes
Mm.
it easier. And knowing there's people that do you feel the same way as me, it's the same thing in everything. Like having someone there that knows you and understands you, it'll help in any situation.
Mm.
So yeah, it's,
Well, you said that you've been working towards um, putting this program together for about like 5 years or so. In all of this time, have you never been approached by other young people who have been in similar situations?
I think I have now over social media,
Oh, really?
but not too
Not on a
much.
one-to-one personal level, you mean?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Have I? No, I haven't. But obviously it'll come
Yeah.
eventually.
Well, I mean, that's what you're hoping to create, isn't it? Is like this kind of safe space, isn't it? Um, you know, because you said that Everton in the community has been supportive from the beginning, have they?
Yeah, everyone in the community have always been there. It was, they sort of gave me the foundations to be able to build it up and push it on. Like we've done most of the fundraising. It was, I made the PowerPoint 2019. In 2019, just sort of pushing the idea of the group, but everyone in the community have always been there supporting and helping us.
Yeah, I believe your mom had posted or reposted a recent picture of of your PowerPoint presentation we had. I mean, how was that like as a young man being surrounded by adults like telling you, yeah, you're doing good, whatever, blah blah blah. But how was that for you?
Oh, it was good. The main thing I remember from that was there was one health, was it health and safety? There's some, there's a psychologist there who kept
Mm.
on asking me questions that I'd already mentioned in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing I remember from it.
Right.
And
Right.
so yeah, it was good though. It
Yeah.
was it was it was definitely a weird experience, but
I mean, because basically 4 or 5 years is a long time. So I mean, you know, I mean, it shows your level of passion, you know, to stick with it for this long. I mean, like, and a lot of people don't give young people credit for their fortitude
mm,
and stuff. I mean, like, what keeps you going?
and I was just sort of do it because I know it's sort of needed.
Certainly,
Um,
yeah,
it's it's something that I would have wanted, and I'm hoping
yeah.
it's something other children would want. So just soldiering on, just sort of.
Soldiering on.
Just
Yeah.
happens.
And he's a royal commando, isn't he? And stuff. So being that like I believe now you're pretty close to achieving this goal. I mean, I think you got a website and think you're close to Alfie Squad becoming closer to reality that you foresee. And you're probably now at the stage where, as you said, you haven't actually in reality, except for social media, met other young people like yourself. How do you want to recruit other young people to get involved with Alfie Squad?
We're taking referrals online, so on the website you can just search it up. Contacts and everything in the community. There's a referral sheet, and that's how we're mainly getting people in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I mean, now, I mean, like, because, like, so as that, I believe you're saying you're about 4 weeks or so away from this becoming a reality. How does that feel for you?
it's weird. Because we've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, 4 years.
I'm so happy it's finally like getting close, and because we had COVID in the middle of it,
Yeah,
that's
true.
pushed it back for ages.
True.
So it finally happened. It's good. It's so nice.
Well, what do you think is going to take place? I mean, because I mean, we know that Everton and community has that new building and stuff like that. I mean, where is it going to take place? Do you think?
It's gonna take place in the People's Place, which is
Yeah, the People's Place.
the Evan Community built mental health facility
Mm-hmm.
next to Goodson Park. So it's gonna be there.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, there he is, like strong Northern lad, bringing it home and everything and stuff. So we talked about how, in a way, working with counselors. We're not like bad mouthing counselors because they do their job and all that kind of stuff and everything like that. Or do you plan on having some type of counseling support with this group?
Yeah, like I said before, counselling, not bad mouthing them at all.
Yeah.
It definitely works. But what we're doing is in the actual sessions, we'll have a counsellor on standby in case anyone needs it.
Yeah.
In case anyone needs to talk about it properly.
Sure. Some might come up or
Yeah.
whatever.
So we've got that planned out. But it's the group is mainly focused on just giving a space like sort of allow children in my situation to have someone they can talk to and like have people that are haven't like that going through the same experiences themselves.
Will you have like group sessions or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that?
a whole group session. Counselling's taking the back seat mainly, but it's just there as an option, not
Yeah.
instead of being the main focus.
Hmm. I mean, like in your dream of it, right? Like having like-minded people around you of your age, actually, you know. What do you think? I mean, what would you do? What do you think that would do for you? I mean, and also too, it's because we see you like the guy or we hear you as a lot on the radio and all that other kind of stuff. But what do you think it would do for you? Because it seems like you was talking about you didn't have that connection in the real world with other young people and stuff like that. What do you think that would do for you once
Um,
this grows and does what you hope it do?
I'm hoping it will give me people that I can actually talk to about it. Because it's been 6 years since my dad passed, so I've managed to get through it on my own, but it takes a lot more time. It's a lot harder to get through.
I can
I've not really
imagine.
got anyone else to talk to about it
Mm.
other than family. So it should. I'm hoping it helps me. Just having people there
Yeah.
that I know I can speak to, and that is like I said, it's the main focus of the group. Just giving me and other people somebody like that you can communicate with, and someone who has the same experience.
Yeah. I mean, like, so, you going around on this kind of campaign trail in a way. You've been doing some rather adult fun events, like just recently, from when this show would come out. Uh, you and your mom just did a curry and quiz night.
Yeah,
I think your mom was upset she didn't win, though.
yeah.
How was that for you, though?
It was good. It was good. Like, raised 839, £839.
Oh,
So we done quite well with it. It was a fun event. Like,
yeah.
I'd want to do it again sometime.
Yeah, well, you never know, right? And stuff like that. Let's talk about like those different things because, as a young man, you were up for what, making a difference, and I believe you was a runner up in that.
Yeah. In October, there was the BBC Made Child Make a Difference Award. Came runner up in that, but I got special recognition for being the youngest ever nominee,
Yeah.
which is good. That was a good event in the Palm House.
Oh, in the Palm House.
Yeah.
Oh, the
very
Palm
nice.
House, yeah.
It's not been-
Yeah, Northern Lad down in the South End, you know what I'm saying? And stuff. No, that's all good. And I mean, but obviously because of the work you guys are doing, your mom is a good, strong supporter of you and everything. She's been like, would you say she's been like your rock?
Yeah, Mum's been great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mom's in the studio, so if you're wondering why Alfie keeps looking off to the side and everything, but also too, we like to let people know that Mom is up for her own award. Never too late to vote, right? So up for Merseyside Woman of the Year, aren't you? All right, that was her voice, Alfie. She's up for Merseyside Woman.
yeah. Made Child Woman of the Year.
Yeah.
Voting ends Friday.
And everything. We still got like a couple of days to get there to Friday and stuff. So like the deal is that Alfie Squad is slowly becoming a reality. If you've been listening to Alfie on these other, unpopular radio shows, no, very popular. You'll know that this young man has been chasing this dream for a while now, and been gaining a lot of support. Can you let people know if they want to, like you said, you got a recruitment process. What let people know how they could sign up or get your attention.
So we're taking online referrals through the website. Contact Nev in the community.
What's your website called?
Just search Alfie Squad on Google. It's the best way I can think to.
Alfie Squad on Google. Now, I mean, before we go, it's like, we are in like a podcast suite. One of the things that is of your interest is like, you kind of like podcasting, don't you?
Yeah, so when the group actually gets set up, we want to start a podcast, then we can reach other children in other parts of the country and sort of spread like what we're trying to get across. So podcasts will become quite a big part of it, I hope.
Yeah. And what's good about that is the fact that you got young people who were going through these experiences and sharing their experiences, worldwide with other young people, so that way they can actually like reach out. And I mean, like that would actually, be a good thing because it's like, where can you find something like that? You know what I mean? And everything. And so while you're doing your healing, because it's kind of like what we call like, instead of like a one-to-one interview, it's like more of like a panel,
Yeah.
where you're sharing your stories and your experience. But also, too, is you probably even get to talk about your dad.
Yeah, it is nice talking about it. Talking helps the most out of anything. Whether you're in the same situation as me or not, talking is most important part of it. So having like the option to talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's,
Also, talking about it keeps him alive
yeah,
in you,
I was
doesn't it?
just about to say that. Yeah, it's
Uh.
like
What's a fond memory that you have?
Um, can't really think of any off the top of my head. It's been so
Yeah.
long, but
And cause I mean, you got the pain of obviously, yeah. But
yeah,
I mean, like, cause sometimes it helps is like to always like keep something fond, like right at the top of that, like floating on the water of your heart. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, it's hard when someone's gone because the more they're gone, the more it's like they go in the distance, you know, and it's like always trying, to keep it there. I mean, because bereavement is one of those strange things. I mean, I lost both my parents. I mean, not to suicide, but I mean, I think everybody can understand loss,
yeah,
you know, and for me, like, I mean, like, when my dad, know what I remember? His ball spot. My dad thought he was a cowboy, and black urban cowboy, you see. He would like to wear those Texas hats. But I remember one time, he was in the bathroom, he was shaving, and he had this like, ring ball spot. And like reason why I remember so fondly is because now I'm old enough to have a bald spot, which is why I shaved my head. So I have a bald spot in the same place that my dad. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be a big memory there, Alfie. You know what I mean? It's like I think everybody. It's like something like you gotta hold on to. It's like those moments. Are treasurable. You know. So you got a website. You have to search for it on Google, Alfie
yeah.
Squad. But we also, because we will search for it, we'll put it down below him. Yeah. We'll write it like in a line of notes for you, Alfie, and stuff. Please keep following this young gentleman and his mom, and for the journey of Alfie Squad. Hopefully, in the next month or so, at least by the summer, you guys will be off and running to the races and stuff. And you can see, he's determined to keep hope alive in that aspect. Alfie, I would like to thank you for joining me here.
Thank you for having me.
I would like you to say how this was better than that other guy that show you were on. I am such a diva. I am such a diva. I am. Now look at his lips. Look at his lips. He's like, all right, Alfie. I know they were on a much bigger show than ours. Look at his face. He won't even change it. All right, fine. Fine, Alfie. I know my audience. They know me. Don't be embarrassed, Alfie. Don't worry about it. Snelly still will love you. So either way, you've been watching. You've been watching the Liverpool Community Podcast. You've been watching this young man get highly embarrassed by me, and everything like that. Alfie, and I'm Chase Johnson Lynch, and for now we out of here.